We are in St. Louis, and it's actually getting ready to storm. It has been lovely all afternoon with the sun out, but the world's darkest cloud just came out. And it just started sprinkling, and people are exiting the ball game. We're right across the street from the ball field, and yeah, people are coming out of there pretty quickly. So I think they're seeing what we're seeing, and they don't want to get poured on, which I totally understand. But we're inside our hotel room, so yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead with the chat, with the Amtrak chat, and we're excited to be in Missouri. We came from that was big lightning.
Oh, lightning!
That.
So you can probably hear the thunder as well. Hi, Sophie. That's my niece.
How's it going, Sophie? We came from Chicago, and we went from New York to Chicago, and Chicago to St. Louis. So we're excited to be in the Midwest and having fun here.
And we've already been greeted by the Midwestern charm.
Yes.
Everyone is so nice in the Midwest, which, Rob is from the Midwest, so
that
we
some
kind of
really
already
big
knew that.
thunder.
So yeah, you can probably hear the thunder behind us. But we're good. We're inside and we're dry and we're safe. I think we're good.
We just have a good view of it, so if you see our faces,
if we make a weird face, it's because the window is right in front of us.
Yeah. But we've had a great couple of weeks. Took Father's Day off last week. We had a good Father's Day. I had a great Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to anyone watching that we missed last week. But we have had some really cool Amtrak experiences the last few weeks too.
We have.
And speaking of these storms, yesterday we were on the Texas Eagle, and we went through a tornado.
That's right. There was so the train randomly just stopped over this little bridge overpass thing, and I was like, oh, we're just stopped. And they said, there was a station coming up, but it was water on both sides from what we could see. And then the conductor, they came over and told us that there was a tornado watch or warning. There was a tornado warning. That's the bad one up ahead. And so they were going to stop us there and hold us there until it had cleared, because of course we don't want to be on the train in the middle of a tornado warning. So they kept us safe. They were looking up ahead. So that was really nice to know that they were paying attention.
So we saw our conductor. He was like normally dressed, and then all of a sudden I saw him go by with like a life jacket thing on.
Huge vest on, orange vest.
Yeah. And so and then I looked out the window, and we were sitting on a bridge, like water on both sides. I was like, and then I saw like huge trees
a big tree
coming down the river. So I was like, well, this is interesting. So they said you could get off, so I went and got off.
Yeah.
And filmed a little footage.
Wait till you see the video.
Tried to see the tornado. I didn't actually see the tornado, but I got pretty wet.
That's right. Yeah,
Allie stayed on the train, and I came back.
I used my noggin, and I stayed on the train. I was like, I don't really want to go out there, but Rob went out.
I came back, I was pretty drenched. So.
And by then, I was pretty glad I did not go out with them.
They said it was a fresh air break. I was like, how can you get fresh air? I was like, you're almost drowning
no
out there.
Fresh air. Anyways, it's been raining a lot in the Midwest, and actually we've seen quite a bit of flooding, which is pretty bad in some areas. So keep those guys all in your thoughts and prayers. But we've already got some questions coming in, so we better jump to it. Sorry, we were just catching you up with everything.
Brian's asking, what's the scoop on Amtrak going back to traditional dining, especially on the Sunset Limited? So the scoop is, it is back. It is back as of now. Not on every route though.
Right.
So I think it's back on the Zephyr. And there's one other one that I think it's back on as of today. But we were just on the Texas Eagle, and it was not back yet. So the Sunset Limited will be getting traditional dining back very soon, like within the next week.
Yes, it's coming.
It's going to be just those West Coast overnight routes.
East, West, yes, cross-country ones. The ones up the East Coast are not quite on the docket yet.
Okay, and Mary asks, taking my first Amtrak trip in October, if meals are provided, can they be delivered to your room? And is food from the club car included, or do you pay for that?
Okay, so if you're in a sleeper car, you can eat in the dining car or in your room, or if you have an observation car on your train, you can also eat in the observation car. They'll deliver it to you wherever you would like. So that's not a problem. So if you don't feel comfortable or you just don't want to, and you just want to sit in your room and enjoy the view while you eat, which we do it all the time too, then we just have it delivered to our room, and your attendant has no problem doing that. They're always very accommodating with that. And as far as the cafe car, if you want anything from there, it is actually not included in your plan. So just know that you'll have to pay extra for that food. What you have access to as complimentary part of your sleeper car ticket is what's on the menu for the dining car.
And Sarah says she can't wait for that video. It's going to be pretty good, yeah. So.
Sarah, you're going to enjoy that video.
Yeah. And we met some people in Chicago in the Metropolitan Lounge, and they were like, you need to do more trying to get up and down from the bunks. So I was like, so we did that in that video too. So that'll be good. Always good to see how much trouble I have getting out of the bunk.
Sometimes it needs a little boost.
Somebody says Detroit is underwater. Yeah,
Ooh.
St. Louis is too.
Yeah, it is here too.
Is it better this is from Gary, is it better to make your own reservations or use a travel agent? That's a good question. And a lot of people think we are travel agents, but we are not. It's just kind of our name makes it sound like we are, I guess. But so I don't know if they take a commission, if they charge more or not. But it's pretty easy to make your own reservations. And if you don't know how to make them, if you just call Amtrak, that's probably the best way to go, because they are probably going to know more than the travel agent. Anytime we've called, like we had to call just the other day because we tried to use points and the app wasn't taking them. And the lady that answered 1-800-USA Rail, super knowledgeable.
Very.
Gave us exactly what we wanted, even better than we wanted.
Yes.
Even better than we thought we could have got. So yeah, they're probably go with calling Amtrak versus a travel agent would be my take.
That would be my suggestion.
A couple things I want to mention before the next question was, we are, as I see all this water, we are planning on going on a cruise soon. So July 31st, right?
Yes.
Which cruise are we going on?
We are doing the inaugural cruise for Carnival Mardi Gras. Anybody love cruising? Do you guys love cruising?
So if you're on that, let us know. We'll see you on the cruise.
Yeah, and we do have a cruise channel, Grounded Life Cruises. It's got our two faces on the little picture on there, so you'll see us. So if you like cruises, then go ahead and jump on there, Sophie Snazzy. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what's happening on the other side of this camera here real quick. Let me just show you. Ta-da! That's what's happening while we're talking. So that's what we're looking at, and that's why we're making big eyes, is because we are looking at that on the other side while you guys are looking at our faces.
Yeah, we had a good view until a few minutes ago. So Kathy's asking, tell me about a round trip. Do I need to make hotel reservations? Yes, you do need to make hotel reservations if you're going round trip. So the way that works is, if you're going like from Chicago to Seattle in the Empire Building and then coming back, you're going to stay a couple days. You just book a hotel in Seattle on your own and then go back. Those aren't included unless you're going with like an Amtrak vacation package, which includes hotels. That's usually not the case.
Yes.
So,
where did we leave off?
Devana is taking her next train trip to Boston in September. Very good.
Ooh, we were just there. You're going to enjoy that ride. It's so pretty riding into Boston.
New York City to Orlando. Do you recommend a roomette? I'll be myself and 2 children aged 1 and 7.
Ooh, I would say definitely don't do coach with 2 little ones like that. A roomette, yes. If you can do a bedroom or a family bedroom, that would be even better. Especially with 2 little ones like that, it'll give you a little bit of space for them to move around. The roomette might be a little bit tight. I mean, you'll fit in there just fine space-wise for the kids, probably 1 bed and you in the other. But there's really not a lot of space for them to move around, especially once the beds are made up. So if you can swing it, try to get a bedroom or a family bedroom. You'll have more space.
Okay, Anami asks, can the coach passengers get food from the diner car yet?
They cannot, not yet. Still only the cafe. They haven't made that transition yet, but we're hoping that's going to be coming probably in the next couple months. But don't quote me.
I like Al's comment. Standard procedure is to go to the window if there's a tornado. Yes, that's usually true. Hopefully, if our phone starts going off, we may go to the bathroom.
We could have just gone to the bathroom, but everyone's phones were going off, and it is what it is.
Arlo asks, are Amtrak trains comfortable in coach, or is it like a plane?
No, it's way more comfortable than on a plane. Way more comfortable. If you're in the long haul trips, the seats are much wider than on a plane. Probably like 1.5, I would think, of like an airplane seat width wise. And there's no seatbelt, which is nice that you have to keep on all the time. It does recline back, not quite 45-degree angle, but it does recline back quite a bit. And then you've also got a leg rest that comes up, kind of like on a recliner, the way your legs would come up. It does have that. Or if you're short like me and your legs don't go all the way down to the ground, they do have a little bar that pops out from the seat in front of you, from behind it, where you can set your feet. So then I don't have to sit scooch forward. If any other short people like me know what I'm talking about, you don't have to scoot forward to be able to set your feet down. You can sit back in the seat and sit your feet on that little rest. So it's actually very comfortable.
Brian's saying, he asked a question earlier, he's going to be going from New Orleans to LA on that Sunset Limited.
Ooh.
He's going to get a room. Is it worth the expense? And I'll answer that because I was just on the Texas Eagle in a bedroom. And I think that's the premier experience on Amtrak, honestly, is a bedroom on a superliner with traditional dining. That's the best of everything. So it is worth it. We've been on the roomettes on there. Those are great. Bedrooms are even a little bit better. And you do get the observation car, and you should get the traditional dining. So that's the best of everything.
Yes, and the views on the Sunset Limited are actually nicer than you would think. It's not just the desert, and you do get to see a lot of really cool things. And when you get out west, you'll actually hug the border of Mexico as well. So you're actually looking right into Mexico as you're going towards LA. And then the other part of that question, I think Eric was asking,
That's a different question.
Different question.
How does the switch
but kind
over?
of, yes. So yes, so the Texas Eagle and the Sunset Limited come, wow! That was lightning, sorry. The Texas Eagle and the Sunset Limited come together in Houston. You do not have to switch cars. You stay exactly where you are. What they do is they take part of one train off, part of the other train off, and then they put the two together. You'll actually feel a bump when the two come together when you're in the car. I remember feeling that. I was like, oh gosh, the first time that happened. But they're just putting the two trains together, and they do make an announcement and say, welcome, the Texas Eagle is going to be joining us, and then on from Houston, you're together the rest of the way into LA.
That's how you know you're getting ready to go again. So if you want to know more about those routes, how they connect, just want to mention too, we do have a bunch of maps for Amtrak on the website, groundedlifetravel.com. And we're putting up the maps for each state too. So yeah, that was some pretty bad lightning there. Let's see. Gil is on the Texas Eagle right now, apparently. And he says thanks for the tips. So hi, Gil. If you're watching this from the Texas Eagle, that's great.
Look at you.
You've got cell service or something for a little bit.
And you're probably not riding through these storms that we're in right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes to cruising. Are you leaving from a U.S. port? I thought cruises were suspended. They are coming back July. Well, I think one actually left this week. I don't know which one. But they are back from Florida. And we are leaving from Florida in like July 31st.
Yes, coming up soon.
Yeah, so Sunset Limited, traditional dining. Let's see. This is jumping around on me.
Yes, it keeps jumping.
Viewliners or superliners, and why? That's a good question. So we can go over that real quick. So there's a couple different advantages with both. We've been on both here. The viewliners are taller because the viewliners, there's only one level to them. And so your room is going to be taller. The dining car is taller. Everything is taller. There's just more headroom in the viewliner. Superliner, they've put two levels in the car, so everything is shorter. and that could be seen as a disadvantage. But the Superliners, the advantage is they are the ones with the observation cars. If you get on one that has one, so you won't. I don't think there's any Viewliners that have an observation car. So if you get on a Viewliner, you're just going to be in your room. The other difference is that, and if you're talking roomette, Viewliners have a bathroom in the room. Superliners do not. They have one in the hall. So that could be a plus or minus depending on whether you want a bathroom in your room or not. So
in your roomette.
Yeah, in your roomette. In your roomette.
Yeah.
So some people want that and some don't, right?
Yes. Some people are uncomfortable with, I guess using the bathroom in front of their roommate.
Yeah, it depends on who you're with.
It depends. I don't know. We've been married almost 26 years, so it's like, eh. I don't know about you guys, but, it is what it is.
Okay, Richard Law asks, for people from Europe that are not used to tipping staff, what is the general rule of thumb for tipping Amtrak staff on cross-country overnight? What is considered normal?
Okay. Well, normal is really whatever you want it to be. But here's what kind of a rule of thumb for just a baseline is, as far as your room attendant, we say baseline here is $5 per person per night. And obviously you can go up from there if your attendant is very attentive, which we've had some that are like over the top. Then we obviously tip accordingly. And the same thing with the dining car. Now, because back when it was when the traditional dining was there, you had like table service in the dining car, so people would tip about $2 for breakfast, about $3 for lunch, and about $5 for dinner. So that just kind of varies on what you feel comfortable doing as far as that, but that's just kind of a baseline idea of what the tips are. And you do tip in cash, even though Amtrak is cashless right now as far as cafe or any other things you want to buy on the train, but we do tip the attendants in cash, obviously, because
people still like cash.
They do like cash.
So Lucas has asked, catching an Uber, reserving a ride from a smaller station with no transit. Yeah, that's pretty normal. And a lot of times there won't be a car rental place at the smaller station, so we've had to catch. Like we just went to Portland, Maine. We had to get an Uber to the car rental place. So that's pretty normal. Earl asked, can you talk more about vacation packages? That was the title of the video, so I guess we should. So the vacation packages, there's a couple things we're talking about, two different things. There's a self-vacation package where that's what we do generally, where you do it yourself. But there are also vacation packages that you can get through Amtrak. And we did see one just yesterday in Chicago, and they were saying over the loudspeaker in the lounge, if you're on the such and such vacation package, line up, we're going to take you to your train now. And that's the deal where they will book your hotels, they will book your trains, they will take care of everything for you, and you don't have to worry about a thing. It is a little more expensive to do that. That's the the downside with that. But the upside is you don't have to plan anything. So we generally plan our own, and if you want to do your own, Amtrak vacation, which is what we do, that's what's the information on our website is all for, is to help you be able to plan your own, because they are difficult to plan. So on the website, we have all the different routes and what hotels we recommend, because we try to stay in a hotel or we walk. How was Boston, or how was Chicago?
Oh, Chicago was great. It was literally, we walked out on Adams Street and just straight down right into the club quarters, easy breezy. And it was definitely breezy. It's Chicago, so it was really windy, but it was okay.
Yeah, and it was a little bit further walk than some, but now
than we normally do. Usually it's a little bit closer
in New
than
York,
that, but it wasn't bad at all.
We found the best hotel in New York ever.
Yes.
The Fairfield, Penn Station, is literally right across the street from Moynihan Train Hall. Like, it's
literally
walking
right
out
across
the door of the hotel, you're in the door of the train station in under 15 seconds. It was
great.
It's right there.
It was great. We actually met some subscribers there.
Coming out of the hotel.
We were walking out of the hotel to walk across to catch a train and heard our names and turned around and said hi.
Yeah. So depending on where you're going, if you're like in New York, it's really easy to put your own thing together. Depending on some of these cities, Some of the other ones, it's a little bit more tricky, but
Right.
on all the route guides on the website, we list out what our preferred hotel is.
Yes.
I may not have put that New York one on there yet, but I will.
Add it to the list.
What would be the best way to book round trip from Chicago to Glacier National Park? That's going to be the Empire Builder. Yeah, and you can see that on the map on the website, but you'll want the Empire Builder, just a round trip. And you'll probably want to rent a car in Whitefish, Montana.
Yes. And all that info, if you didn't catch it all while we were talking, is on the website, groundedlifetravel.com.
Yeah, fingers crossed for Canada this summer. Yeah, we actually canceled. We were supposed to go to Niagara Falls, but we canceled that. Let's see.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
Yeah. Any news on 50% discounts? Not yet. I don't think there's going to be one.
Another
anytime
one, because they
soon.
just did one.
They did one, and the
2 months ago, 3 months ago. Shoot, I don't remember.
Yeah, and
it was more recent than that.
the trains are pretty full.
Yeah.
So Tony asked, "What's the biggest bedroom with a bathroom inside called?" So that's just called a bedroom. A bedroom. Yeah. So just a bedroom, because the family bedroom does not have a bathroom. So you don't want the family bedroom if you want a bathroom. And the roomette, for the most part, doesn't have that. Travis is asking, oops, I just lost it. I think it was something about, can you do the accessible California Zephyr? It's going to be different than the one we did, because the one we did a couple days ago
was a
viewliner. So it's much taller. So the difference, again, between the viewliner and superliner is the viewliners are much taller. There's a lot more room. Superliners are going to be, the headroom is going to be shorter. So
and you don't get a choice. It's just whatever train runs for that route.
Yeah.
And usually the superliners are the east-west coast, the long haul trips, and then up and down the East Coast, for the most part, you're going to be on a viewliner. So if you're on the East Coast going up and down, or all around up in the Northeast, you're likely going to be on a viewliner. Whereas if you're going cross country, you're likely going to be on a superliner. So it's not like you have a choice. It's just whatever train is being used for that route.
yeah,
right?
correct.
Yes.
William's asking, will they fill the second bed if you're in a room alone? No, they will not.
No.
So it's not like a lot of other countries where they will. You get a room, that's your room. They will only fill like a coach seat next to you. If you're single and coach, you probably have someone next to you right now. I live in Houston, Texas. Amtrak does not have a station anymore. People keep saying that to me, but I feel like there is. But maybe there isn't. We'll have to.
Maybe it's in a different place, because that is where they meet up with the. We'll look into that, because people do keep saying that.
Chicago to LA, can I rely on internet signal most of the way? Only when you're near big cities. So when you get out to the West Coast, you will lose your internet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, good, Norman.
Yeah. What do you recommend for someone who's traveling alone, especially a woman?
It really just depends for how far you're going. I've seen tons of solo female travelers in coach, in business, in first class, in sleeper cars. Really, it just depends on how far you're going. If you're going on a long trip, then, get yourself a roomette, and you'll have some place where you can, lay down and sleep, and you'll be more comfortable. But honestly, if you're not going that far, coach is perfectly fine. I've seen, like I said, tons of ladies, and not just 20-year-olds. I'm talking about the whole gamut. I saw a lady with a walker recently on a trip by herself as well. So I don't really think that that's going to be a problem at all.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do it.
Shirley, yes, the Empire Builder is a superliner.
Yes, it is.
Clifton saying, please give advice for larger size travelers. How big is the roomette? Stairwells, dining car tables for large travels. Any other details that might be useful?
Okay. All right. So obviously the getting up into the top bunk in a roomette is going to be a little bit more challenging, because the step it's fairly narrow to get up to the top bunk. But you should be perfectly fine in the bottom bunk, and that depends if you're going to be in a room by yourself or if you're going to be sharing a room with somebody. If you're going to be in coach, that's not really going to be a problem, because the seats are great. Like I said, they're about 1.5 the size of like an airplane seat. So that's really nice. And then, let's see, what were the other questions? Oh, the stairwells. The stairwells are pretty narrow, but you can definitely maneuver them, and they do have a handlebar that you can hang on to help you. The stairs are a little bit steep, but there's not that many of them. I think that it shouldn't be a problem to get up and down. Now, I will say that as far as like the bathrooms are concerned, it might be a little bit more challenging for a heavier traveler on Amtrak. So I would suggest to seek out the handicap accessible restrooms, and those are open to everyone. They just have those available in each car as a service to those who need it, but it is available for use by everyone on the train. So I would seek that out, because you'll have a ton more room in there, and it will be a lot more comfortable to use.
Yeah, some of the bathrooms on there, you're like, you walk in, you're like,
this is a joke. How do I turn around?
How is this even possible? So
I get in there, I'm like, okay, now how do I turn?
that's the first thing I would do if it was the first time on Amtrak is like walk through the whole train and figure out where the best bathroom are, because you're not.
He's not kidding. He does
Yeah,
that.
I was like.
He's like, okay, here's the best bathroom in this one.
Yeah, some of them are. There was one that was so small I couldn't even get in it. I tried to take a picture of it and I couldn't. It was just. I was like, it was like you were standing in the corner the whole time. So. It's bad.
Goodness.
And that's the thing. That's the other thing is that a lot of the Amtrak stuff, you know, we're giving you our best advice and our best tips, but things do change often. Like, and there's a lot of little quirks. Like, you might get on a train where it's like, you see it all the time where it's like, well, this is how it usually is, but on this particular day, they got this
They're doing
different
this instead.
car, so it's a little bit different. And that does happen.
You just got to be flexible and go with the flow.
F. Murphy 7000 saying he's 6'6", and he's worried that he might be too tall. So
okay.
I just measured all the beds, and they're about 6'2" long. So if you can curl up just a little bit, if you're
Maybe
in
bend your
coach,
knees just a smidge.
you'll have no problem at all in coach.
No.
If you're
You'll
in coach,
love it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have any problem at
Yeah.
6'6" on
Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah, you should be
unless
fine.
you sleep like straight
Yeah,
up.
and actually our last attendant, Richard, on the Texas Eagle, was quite tall.
Yeah.
I mean, his head was almost to the ceiling downstairs in the Superliner.
Yeah, people are saying the Houston station is functioning, which is what I thought.
Okay, thank you, One Drummer.
So, do the scenic routes have a tendency to thin out passengers after Labor Day? Yeah, they do.
Yes.
The kids will be off the train, is what'll happen.
Yes.
Right now, we've noticed a lot of younger people.
Yes,
And
so
after
I
Labor Day,
would wait, Tony.
it's mostly people our age. So, if you
You know,
wanna,
the cool people.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone's just saying, worried about leaving a bag in the seat to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I wouldn't leave anything super valuable in the seat while you go to the bathroom, right? What's your advice for that?
Yeah, I would consolidate your more valuable things into a bag you can take with you to the bathroom. And that's why sometimes people go into the handicap accessible, is because they have a bag with them, you know, that they want to set by the door or something, and not leave in the seat at coach. If you, you know, I've said it before, if you have something valuable, bring it with you. Try not to bring too many valuable things on with you, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of them.
What would you plan for your overnight bag for Amtrak?
Overnight bag for
the
a
roomette.
sleeper car, for a roomette. So definitely bring your toiletries. They do provide soap for you for the shower, and they do provide you a towel, so you do not need to bring those. But if you have a preference of something you like, or like I always have a travel size shower gel, just because I like a particular scent when I shower. But Rob uses just the soap that's in the bathroom.
Whatever they give me.
It's a brand new bar of soap that's wrapped in, you know, like you would get in a hotel. So it's not like you're just, you know, using the same bar of soap as somebody else. It's a brand new bar of soap in a little baggie. So he uses that. I bring my own, usually in mine, and then the toiletries.
That's how you tell us apart. Free soap, not free soap.
Not free soap.
Yeah.
And then I bring a change of shirt or something.
Yeah. So Mary was asking, are you telling me that if I book an accessible room, you have to share the bathroom with other people. No.
No.
If you have an accessible room, you will have your own bathroom.
Yeah.
If you are on a superliner and you have a bedroom or a roomette, you will share a bathroom. If you're on a viewliner, you will have your own bathroom. Actually, on a superliner, you'll have your own if you have a bedroom. Just a roomette you'll be sharing. So yeah. So really the only time you'll be sharing is if you're going to roomette on a superliner. Unless you're on one of the brand new viewliner roomettes, then you'll also be sharing. Confusing. But yes, you will not have to share.
But Mary, you will not have to share in an accessible.
Yeah. You're welcome, Murphy. I definitely recommend it. There's so much more room than flying. If you're 6'6", it would be really hard to fly at that height, I would think. But Amtrak, that's the way to go. Yeah.
Kathy's got questions about asking you, obviously not me.
Take better
she's
pitch short video with an iPhone 12 from the train window that aren't awful and maybe not yellow like mine are. Okay, so a couple of photography tips from Amtrak that I've learned over the years is, first one is the observation car seems like the best place, but it's actually the worst. Because you're going to get sun from both sides and it's going to glare in the windows and showing your picture. So the best thing to do, what I do is if I have a room, I take it out of the room, and if I'm not facing the right side, there is a stairwell like in your sleeper car where you're going down. There's a window above that on the other side. So you can take them out that window. And the thing is that you want something on the other side blocking the sun from your back so it's not going into the window. So first thing is make sure there's no glare, and you can't really do that from the observation car. So don't do it in the observation car. Do it in, even if you're in coach and on one side they've pulled the windows closed, on your side you'll be fine. So that's really the main thing. The second thing is you need to have it be pretty stable. So either use your elbows or some kind of,
something to prop your hands on,
press,
or elbows on.
Make sure you're stable. So don't just try to do it like this because you'll be moving. So really, put your elbows down or brace yourself.
Don't just hold it in the air like I do.
And you'll get a lot clearer pictures. As for the yellow, that's probably just the camera trying to pick auto settings. So if you can take it out of the auto settings and play around, that'll fix that. But it would be hard to explain that here today. So hopefully that's helpful. That's what we've learned as far as the best photography tips, which we love to do. So that is what we do. Let's see. That was a good question. No one ever asked me about photography, ever. And in fact, tell them, like when we're out and about and people are like, hey, can you take our picture? They always ask her.
They ask me, and I'm like,
100% of the time.
You should really ask him.
And
his picture would be way better than the one I'm taking.
Even our daughter.
And he just stays quiet. He doesn't say anything.
Even our daughter asks her. Yeah, it's everybody. I don't know why that is. Taking a Co-Starlight roomette in July, what do I need to know? I would say,
Co-Starlight in July. Ooh,
get to the observation car if you're not on the west side. So you want to be on the west side of the train on the Co-Starlight, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Head right to grab a spot because it will fill up the observation car. So if you're not on the west side, head to the observation car right away so that you've got a spot.
How often do you run into lines in showers for the sleeping car?
I've never run into a line for a shower, like ever.
What are you people doing? No one takes a shower.
I wondered that because every time I've been in the shower on a train, it's been like totally dry, like clean. No one was in there.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone in the shower.
I don't know if people don't shower on the train, but I'm like, I'm glad I'm in a roomette and I can close the door and shut them out if they're not showering. Hello.
Yeah. Although
maybe they're just putting deodorant on and changing their shirt. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone even use the shower.
I'm just kidding. Oh, look, the sun's out now.
Hey. What's the best time of year to take the Empire Builder?
Ooh, the Empire Builder, actually just about any time is lovely. The summer is pretty, obviously. The spring is really pretty because everything is super duper green. And then the winter, you'll get the pretty snow everywhere, which I think would be really pretty. I think we need to do that. Can we plan that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And the fall would be really pretty with the colors.
Chase is saying they live in New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans.
No, they told us before it was like Nolans.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say it.
I can't say
Okay.
that well.
We tried.
First Amtrak trip was to Memphis, probably on the city of New Orleans. Recommendations for the next one, I would say Sunset Limited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easy.
Sunset Limited. You're going to get a Superliner with the observation car. You're going to have probably traditional dining if you're not going this week.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a great trip.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
good place to be. And if you want to know where you can go from your city, on the website groundlifetravel.com, there's a map with all connections. If you're not from New Orleans, or you can ask us here. I will have time to kill in Chicago and San Fran. Do you know if there are lockers in those for my luggage?
Here's the thing. In Chicago, so they don't have lockers anymore. They got rid of those in the train stations after post 9/11. So they haven't had those for a while. But here's what you can do is in Chicago, if you are in a sleeper car or if you have access to the Metropolitan Lounge, they do have a storage locker there for those that are, using the Metropolitan Lounge. You could do that, and Chicago's really easy to just walk right out. You're literally right in the downtown within seconds of walking out of the station through any of the exits, either Canal Street or up by Adams Street. And then in Emeryville, it's going to be a little bit tougher because you're not really in San Francisco there.
Yeah.
You have to take the bus into San Francisco from Emeryville, which is the actual station. So that one would be a little bit more complicated. I don't know what you could do there as far as storage is concerned. I can't think of anything.
And I did see there are lockers in New York in the Metropolitan Lounge. So there aren't lockers in the train stations.
But they don't lock.
Yeah, they don't. They're more like cubbies.
They're just cubbies for storage, but they have a door.
But yeah, so I mean so that's the way it is now. There's no like lockable lockers because they don't want people to be able to leave bags and lock it. But in the Metropolitan Lounges there are cubbies, and it seems like it'd be pretty safe. Would a roomette be worth it on the Coast Starlight, or would Coach? I think Coach would be better if you're only going from LA to Emeryville.
And we're actually doing that.
Because that is LA to Emeryville. Yeah, we're doing that soon. And you're not gonna be overnight on that. And you're gonna be just looking out the window. And there is an observation car. And observation cars are open to coach passengers and sleeper car passengers. So just go to the observation car.
You'll actually save quite a bit of money doing that.
Save a lot of money doing that.
Yeah. Good.
Clifton
All right,
says,
you're
thank
welcome,
you.
WJ.
Yes, you're welcome. Totally. We love answering your questions.
Big Mike, thank you.
Would you park a car for 9 days at the St. Louis Amtrak station? We were just there last night.
I would discourage that.
Yeah, I would
discourage that.
I'm not an expert on the area, but I would discourage it too.
We were literally just there last night because we just pulled in there. So I would say don't do that. That's a long time.
I don't know what they're talking about here, but I think it was the showers, people not taking the showers.
Oh yes, Sarah. I'm sure you were referring to the shower situation.
Yeah. Where are you heading to next? You can tell people
where are we going to next.
Yeah, I'll look at this connection.
Yes. We are headed to, let's see, later this week. What day is it? Today's Sunday. Later this week, we are headed to Kansas City. So we'll be heading there we're actually working our way from one child to the other. So from Chicago to LA, because I drove our daughter Alexa out to set her up in her apartment in LA, but Dad has not had a chance to see this apartment. So we're going back to visit with her for a few days and see how she's coming along and see how her apartment is looking and all that kind of good stuff. I'm expecting good things though.
Yeah, I do too. What's the internet situation on the East Coast?
On the East Coast is actually incredibly favorable. There's Wi-Fi on most of the trains, although I don't know if most people know this, but Wi-Fi is they use the cell towers, pull from the cell towers to get the service. So actually, if you have self-service, I would use the self-service if you've got it, because it's actually going to be better than using the Wi-Fi on the train.
And Jay, thank you so much for
thanks,
the
Jay.
super chat. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Great. Appreciate you watching. Someone was asking me a question here. Did I get to go to Fenway?
Oh,
Park.
yes.
So here's a quick update. We went to Fenway.
Oh, yeah, we forgot this.
Fenway was amazing. We sat.
It was so fun.
Pretty close to the Green Monster.
Yeah. Yes. I will say this. Okay, I'll admit I'm not a Red Sox fan. I grew up a Mets fan, right? So I was like, whatever. Like we all knew each other. It was a lot of fun.
It was big,
really
poppy
great crowd.
bobblehead night.
Yes, we got free bobbleheads.
And then we met someone that was in the Amtrak station in Chicago, so we had extra bobbleheads. So
we gave them one.
So that was good.
Because we had two.
So anyway, from Boston, then we went to New York, went to a Mets game. I had already gone to a Yankees game. Mm-hmm. And we got to see Jacob deGrom pitch. And he struck out like every single batter. Except
it was
for one.
amazing.
So that was great. And then we did not go in Chicago because we've already been. And we're going tomorrow in St. Louis to the Diamondbacks Cardinals game.
Yes.
So excited about that. And then we still have Kansas City next week.
And then we'll go to see the Royals next week.
Yes. Let's see. I got excited about that.
He did. Can you tell?
I'm taking the California Zephyr next week, and my train is full, so I'm nervous about not getting a window seat. Boarding in Denver. Tips to get a view. Yeah, Christopher, there's an observation car on that one. Just right when you get on, head right to it. If you're in you're getting on in Denver, you're getting on at the perfect time. So walk right, get on, put your stuff down, go to the observation car, and you can just sit there the whole day.
Yeah. JJ, thank you.
Yes,
that's very sweet.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Yay.
We appreciate
Hopefully we
that.
answered your questions too.
Thank you for watching. Let's see. If we're in coach, can we use the showers?
No, you may not. You just have to. When I've done that, we did one trip, an overnight trip, just to try it out to see how it was in coach. We did the Sunset Limited. We rode from New Orleans to Tucson in coach, which was one overnight. Yes. Yeah. We decided that was our limit in coach overnight. We did one overnight, and I brought, you can at the store find those little body freshening wipes that you use like at the gym. I used those to kind of wash up in the bathroom there. So that's what I would recommend if you're going to be in coach.
Masks, are they still needing to wear them in coach?
Yes, yeah, you do. Or if you're moving about the train.
Everywhere
if you're in a
except
room or a roomette, and then if you're actively eating or drinking and they say not for an hour, so you can't just hold your cup up to your mouth and pretend like you're eating. If they see you for too long, then they'll call you out.
They're actually pretty strict as far as like we're traveling all over the country, and most places it's pretty loose, but no, you do have to wear it on Amtrak. So Chase, thank you so much.
Thank you,
appreciate
Chase.
That. Hopefully we answered your question on that. Let's see. Greetings from Quebec. Hey, we're hoping to get to Quebec.
Yes, we want to come and visit.
So hopefully you can come visit us soon.
That's right. Maybe we'll train.
Planning our first Amtrak trip from Cleveland to Chicago. Do you suggest coach or business seats? That's a good question. We've learned a lot about business class over the last couple weeks. And one of the things is you never really know what to expect with business. So sometimes, like on the Northeast Regional, business is just coach with free drinks. On the Downeaster, there was actually a different type of seat, but the seat didn't actually seem better than the coach seat. It seemed actually maybe worse. And then sometimes it is better. So it really depends on the train that you're on, right?
It does. It really just depends.
There's not just like,
there's not an across the board.
Business is way better than coach. It's
different per route, I guess is what we should say.
It's different per route, and so depending on what route you're on, but it's not a huge upgrade. So if it's like a $10-15 difference, you will get free drinks. It might be worth it for you. But if it's like $80 or $100 difference, I would not do it. Definitely not. Let's see. Sarah says, gotta love baseball. Yeah, you do. Norman's going to be moving around to New York City a lot, and that is one of the great metropolitan lounge. If you haven't been in New York City, you need to go to New York City. The lounge is the best one of them all. The guys that work in there are the best one of them all.
Yes, if you're there, you tell Mac that we sent you and that we said hi.
They watch the channel. They're subscribers. But really, they're so great. They
awesome.
love And that's almost all Amtrak employees across the board. They love what they do. And so that makes me feel real good about riding Amtrak.
Yes.
Tony asked, how are people able to donate to your channel? I don't see a link. I don't think there is a way.
No, I think he's talking about
to do the super chat. I think you can do it. I think you have to be logged in, which you are, but I don't know how to do it.
How are you guys doing that?
So maybe someone that knows can tell Tony. I don't know how.
It's super chat. It's called super chat.
It's called
but
a super
I don't know how
chat
you
or
do
a
it.
super sticker. I don't know how you do it though, but we do appreciate it. And we do appreciate you just thinking about it. What is the best experience you've had at Amtrak, and what is the worst? Okay, that'll be good.
Do we start with the worst?
We'll start with the best.
Oh, Eric found it. Good job.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
So much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hopefully
I think we answered your questions, so yay. I hope that was helpful.
Well. Best experience, I think, has to be the Zephyr, California Zephyr, between Denver and California. That is.
And we also had great attendance on there, from the dining room to room attendance. Everything about that was great.
Now, the best room experience that we had, like the best type of room, I think was yesterday. We had the bedroom for the first time. And that was great. I mean, it was really, it's so much more spacious. The sleeping accommodations feel bigger. I'll get into that in a minute, why they feel bigger. But you have a bathroom in your room, and it's not just like a toilet in the middle. There's a door.
There's an actual door, which is cool.
That's actually cool.
It's a shower toilet, all combo. Like
you get an
kind of like in a
observation
camp,
car.
like in an RV type situation.
So if I can only do one Amtrak trip and I had unlimited money, I would get a bedroom on the California Zephyr. That's it.
Yeah. No question. That's
Secondly, it would be the same thing on the Coast Starlight or Empire Builder, Southwest Chief, one of those.
And they asked for which one was the worst too.
I'm trying to think, what was the worst? Oh, you're probably going to say overnight in coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she did not like...
I didn't like the overnight in coach. And I know somebody said they treated it like camping. I'm not a camping type person. So it wasn't anywhere near as fun for me as it was maybe for Rob, but that would be, and it wasn't that bad. It's not like it was the worst experience ever. I would just choose not to do it again if I didn't need to.
Thank you, Chill Mode. That's amazing. We appreciate that. I plan to sneak in a short trip from Atlanta to New Orleans. End of July, top of August. We did that trip. That's on the Crescent. Yeah. Be ready for a beautiful view when you approach New Orleans.
Yes, Lake Pontchartrain. You go right over it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And right around sunset time, so get your camera ready.
And Sarah, thank you so much.
We really Sarah, you're sweet.
We really appreciate you being part of the channel.
I love seeing your name pop up, Sarah.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. When is the first time we will be experiencing traditional dining? Next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, next week.
That we'll be experiencing?
We will be, yeah.
Next week on the Southwest
We will
Chief.
be next week. So next...
From Kansas City, where are we going? Yes, Kansas City to LA.
Yeah, it's going to be next Sunday, so I'm not sure what we're going to do about the live stream, but... thank you, Richard.
Richard, oh good, and a fellow non-camper. Thank you so much.
We did okay camping. We
did. I don't like the tent camping is just I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of a failure though because we did like the last night we got a hotel. So
I was done.
I don't know what to say about that.
I tried. I get points for trying, right?
Yeah, she does. Camping to her is like
I don't know.
I don't know what a good
sleeping in the
parallel.
car. I don't know.
No. Let's see. Make sure you get some Emo's Pizza. Yeah, I saw that on the map just a little bit.
That's on our list. The hotel said I was just telling Rob that I didn't realize there was a special kind of pizza for St. Louis, so I'm looking forward to that.
Anthony, thank you so much.
Anthony.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry we missed you when we were there, but I absolutely loved Delaware. It was not at all what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed our time there. It was just so great. For anybody that hasn't been keeping track, I've been trying to finish up the 50 states, and Delaware was actually my last state. So thank you, Anthony. We enjoyed being in your beautiful state.
Let's see. Is there a time of year when riding Amtrak is the cheapest? Probably not in the summer is the cheapest. And then really it's just the cheapest if you book far in advance. So as the train fills, the price goes up. So if you know where you want to go a year from now, then that's probably the best, book it way ahead. And then you'll have that.
Yes.
Thank you, Robert. We
Robert,
really appreciate
thank
that
you.
so much. YouTubers that don't even know how to ask for money. Take my money. Seriously, thank you. That's funny. Thank you, Robert.
We'll have to figure out how that works because we have no idea.
have no idea.
But thank you for figuring it out, Robert. Very sweet.
See, we figure you guys know more than we do.
You guys tell us. Too funny.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Let's see. Love my roommate. Family vacation in July. Roommate on the Zephyr. Yeah, if you get on the Zephyr, you can't really go wrong. Planning on taking the California Zephyr. Everyone wants to be on that Zephyr. And then wants
With
to
reason.
take the Coast Starlight, but I want to take it all the way from LA. What's the best way to get from Emeryville to LA? Okay, so unfortunately, it's probably the best way is probably to take the Coast Starlight down and then take it all the way back up.
Yes, and it
it's like a 12
and you're
hour,
actually going to miss out. The best chunk is right there.
Yeah,
from LA to Emeryville.
If you don't, so the best way would be just to ride down, and maybe you can just do that in coach to save money, and then ride it back up. So, yeah, otherwise you have to rent a car, and that's a pretty long drive, and it would probably be more than just taking coach. So
yeah, rental cars are crazy right now.
Yeah, we did the same thing, but we went LA to Seattle, Chicago, Chicago to Emeryville, and just ended there. That's one way you could do it. But if you're starting the way you're starting, you do have to go down and then back up. Because you do want to see the coast part of it, which is between LA and Emeryville.
LA and Emeryville, yeah. So you would miss out on the best part if you start in Emeryville and go up to Seattle.
Let's see. Norman was born in Louisiana, so...
Shreveport, ooh.
Yeah, right down there by the Coast Starlight.
Yeah.
People are giving you points for trying camping.
Thank you. See,
glamping,
thank you.
Glamping or nothing, says Richard. Yeah.
I'm with you,
glamping.
Richard.
Yeah. I am now scared for doing the Zephyr from Chicago to San Francisco. No, you shouldn't be scared about the Zephyr.
No.
Zephyr is the best train out there.
No, it's a great one.
Flat crust with Provolone cheese.
Okay.
I think for the pizza.
Done. Got it.
I
have
looked
that
at
on my list.
booking a trip from St. Paul to San Fran in mid-February, and there was only 2 rooms left for $800. How much in advance do you have to book for discounted rates? You have to book well, there's no, as soon as people start booking them, then they go away. So we've booked them for as little as $600 or $700, and then if you get them on the buy one get one free, you can get them for $400 or $500. But as soon as you see that price going above the $500-$600 range, they're not going to go back down. So I would say you can see them in that range like 6 months out, but generally in the summer especially, it goes quicker.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary, so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Hopefully we answered your
Very
question
sweet.
earlier.
Yes. Hopefully we did answer your question, Mary.
Let's see. I've lost track of where I am.
Of where we were. How far ahead do we plan our trips?
Trains fun or unfathomable because I have to have a train?
Uncomfortable.
Oh no, they're gonna be fun.
No, they're fun.
They're better than flying.
You'll enjoy it, Arlo.
You will enjoy it. Don't worry.
Always have fun.
How far ahead do you plan your trips? Well, we used to plan them way in advance, but right now during this whole, situation, it's less in advance.
It's a little closer now.
So, right now we're planned out for like another month, and then we don't know what we're doing. So if you have suggestions, we're going to be in Florida.
We're going to be in Florida in mid-August.
And we don't know
what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing after that.
That's as far as we have planned right now.
Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen. Must one be legally disabled to get ticketed in an accessible bedroom? I don't think you need to be legally disabled. I don't know Amtrak's policy on that, but don't think you have to be legally disabled. Just got home from a trip on the Zephyr. It was great. Yes, the Zephyr is, I think, almost everyone's favorite. Yeah.
I think it is everyone's favorite. I mean, with reason. It's beautiful. It's the way to go.
Let's see. Did I miss anything here? Going from St. Louis to LA to Seattle to Chicago. Thank you guys. Keep up the great work. Nothing will make me unsubscribe faster than when a YouTuber begs for money. If you're good, people. That's probably true.
That's funny.
Thank you. And we appreciate
But
you.
that's true. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, we didn't start doing it for money. So we did it because
It was
we were
fun
trying
to
to
do.
document our travels. And we thought, if we don't make some videos about this, we're not going to be able to remember this like 5 years from now. So we started doing it because we really wanted, we were going all these cool places and we wanted to be able to remember where we'd been.
And then people started asking us for advice, and then we just thought we'd make videos with the advice, since a lot of people were asking us the same kind of thing. So that's how our channel kind of evolved. Plus, when we're old and we're in a home and nobody believes the stories that we tell them of all the places we've been, then we can just show them this YouTube channel and be like, see, we did go there. We're not just crazy old people.
Best routes for seeing the fall colors, I would say anything in the Northeast, the Vermonter probably.
The Vermonter is back. That would be a beautiful one.
Let's see. Christine says helpful information. Thank you. Can you leave your car parked at Chicago Union Station while taking a trip? You probably can, but you probably are going to want to find something else. So
It's very expensive to park in that area.
download the app ParkWiz. We've gotten parking in Chicago pretty cheap on that. And
Yes,
you do
especially if
long-term.
you're not doing in and out. If it's long term, you're going to get a much better rate. ParkWiz, WHIZ.
Yeah, Richard's asking, what are the logistics for the bus from Emeryville to San Fran?
Oh, it's already set up for you. When you get there, the bus is actually already going to be out in front. They take care of it. They just tell you, they actually make an announcement. You walk in through the station from the train, walk in through the station, out to the front, and it's literally going to be sitting right out in front there. The gates, the door's going to be open for the luggage underneath, and then you get on. It's like a coach bus. It looks really nice.
Yeah, but you have to book it.
You do.
So don't book like just Emeryville, book to the bus station.
Correct, yes.
It'll show on your ticket that you have train and bus.
Yes.
And then you'll be all set. And my watch is buzzing me to get up, like to go walk around, because I've been sitting for an hour. So I know that it's time for us to probably go. And I think all the questions are gone. So
Yes.
we have a couple good videos coming up this week. And the next week after that on some different rooms and different routes you can do. So we appreciate you guys so much. And if you see us out there in the next few weeks, don't feel bad to say hi. We want to meet you. That'd be great.
Yeah, and don't forget, a lot of your questions can be answered on the website, groundedlifetravel.com. And you can also head over, as we mentioned earlier, for anybody who joined late and didn't hear, is we do have a couple of cruises planned. One of them an inaugural cruise on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So you can head over to we'll put some stuff on this channel, but most of the cruising stuff is going to be on our cruising channel, Grounded Life Cruises. So
Okay, speed round real quick.
speed round, here we go.
Okay, another way to contact you for more info, website, groundedlifetravel.com. If you had a choice which train to Florida, they're basically the same, Silver Star, Silver Meteor. One of them goes to Tampa, one of them does not. That's basically the difference. So one's longer and one is shorter. And
Any others before we go? Last one?
Meet and greet is where there isn't one planned yet. Meet and greet is if you see us.
Wherever we are. If you can find us, then you get a gold star. Our own parents always ask us. My mom texted me yesterday, and my other mom, my mother-in-law, also texted me and said, where are you guys? So they can't even, our own family, our kids, they can't even track us down. So if you can track us down, then you do get a gold star. We'll give you a hug and we'll take a picture with you.
Carolyn, is there a security checkpoint? No, there is not.
No.
So great. Okay, I think we did
that's it. We did it.
So we are going to the ball game tomorrow. We're trying to go see the Gateway Arch tonight.
It's cleared up.
So this is interesting. I've been to the Gateway Arch before, but before it was a national park. Allie has not been to the Gateway Arch ever. So I didn't feel like that counted since I went before it was a park. But now someone from the National Park Service told us that it does count. So, yeah. I've already been to that national park.
We'll see what happens. So we're going to try to do a river cruise as well if the weather stays clear. And what else? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay, well, we won't see you guys next week because it's 4th of July. Happy birthday, USA. But we'll see you 2 Sundays from now. We'll be at our daughter's apartment. You'll get to see the inside of her apartment.
And we'll have done traditional dining by then.
That's right. We'll have some really good stuff for you next. So we'll see you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.